Hi everyone, and welcome to our video on importing marine products into the USA. In this video, we'll be discussing the different regulations and requirements you need to be aware of, as well as the steps involved in the import process. We'll also provide some tips and advice to help you make your import as smooth and efficient as possible. Regulations and requirements. The first thing you need to do is familiarize yourself with the regulations and requirements that apply to importing marine products into the USA. These regulations are set forth by the FDA, USDA, and CBP. The FDA is responsible for ensuring that imported food products are safe for human consumption. They have a number of regulations in place that cover everything from the labeling of food products to the sanitary conditions of the facilities where they are produced. The USDA is responsible for ensuring that imported meat, poultry, and egg products are safe for human consumption. They have a number of regulations in place that cover everything from the health of the animals to the processing and handling of the products. The CBP is responsible for enforcing the laws and regulations that govern the import and export of goods into and out of the United States. They have a number of regulations in place that cover everything from the documentation required for imported goods to the fees that must be paid. Steps in the import process. Once you have familiarized yourself with the regulations and requirements, you can begin the import process. The steps involved in the import process vary depending on the type of product you are importing, but the following are some of the general steps you can expect to follow. Obtain an import license. If your product is subject to FDA or USDA regulations, you will need to obtain an import license from the appropriate agency. Complete the necessary paperwork. You will need to complete a number of forms and documents in order to import your product into the United States. These forms vary depending on the type of product you are importing, but some of the most common forms include the CBP Form 7501, the FDA Form 2877, and the USDA Form 9540-01. Pay the necessary fees. There are a number of fees associated with importing products into the United States. These fees vary depending on the type of product you are importing, but some of the most common fees include the CBP processing fee, the FDA inspection fee, and the USDA inspection fee. Ship your product to the United States. Once you have completed all of the necessary paperwork and paid the necessary fees, you can ship your product to the United States. Clear customs. When your product arrives in the United States, it will need to be cleared through customs. This process can take a few days or weeks, depending on the type of product you are importing. Here are a few tips and advice to help you make your import as smooth and efficient as possible. Work with a customs broker. A customs broker can help you navigate the complex regulations and requirements involved in importing products into the United States. They can also help you complete the necessary paperwork and file the required forms. Be prepared for delays. The import process can take a few days or weeks, so be prepared for delays. Keep good records. It is important to keep good records of all of your import transactions. This will help you to track your shipments and ensure that you are in compliance with all of the regulations. Importing marine products into the USA can be a complex and time-consuming process, but it is also a profitable one. By following the tips and advice in this video, you can make your import as smooth and efficient as possible. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about importing marine products into the USA, please leave a comment below.